Hello everyone, please subscribe my YouTube channel Increase Your Knowledge with Rishi if you have not subscribed it yet. Today we are going to discuss the very interesting poem Daffodils. This is the poem we are going to discuss. The name of the poem is Daffodils. So we are going to discuss this poem only. This is a poem written by William Wordsworth. Before starting that poem, let's understand a background of this poem. As as Mr. Wordsworth was walking through the forest area of the Gobarrows Park with his daughter Dorothy. He was in sad mood because his brother John has died. This is the poem written on the basis of that experience that he has got while walking through the woods in the woods of the park, that is forest of the park Gobarrow. The name of the park is Gobarrows Park. So without wasting time, let's start. The first paragraph starts in this way: I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at I once saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. I wandered lonely as a cloud. What this line means? This line means that the poet moved lonely, alone as the cloud that freely moves over the high valleys and hills. Valleys are the, as you know, as you know, these are the hills. These are two hills, and the area between this area is called valleys. Okay, so the valleys is the area. A valley is the area formed between two hills. So the poet says, "I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over valleys and hills." He says that I wandered lonely, freely as a cloud that freely moves over the hills and valleys. So the poet was moving through the valleys and hills in a free mood, like a cloud that floats over the high valleys and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. He says that suddenly, at a moment, he saw a large number of a large number of golden daffodils. He says that the golden daffodils seemed to be hosting him, seemed to be welcoming him. He says that at a glance, I saw a large number of golden daffodils that seemed to be welcoming him. The daffodils were grown beside the lake, by the side of the lake, under the trees, that is beneath the trees, under the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The daffodils seems to be dancing and fluttering in the sweet wind that was blowing in the Gobarrows Park, through which a poet is. Although this poem seems to be imaginary, but it is a a clear view of reality that was seen by William Wordsworth. So, moving on to the next paragraph. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. He says that the daffodils were continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. The daffodils were shining and twinkling, looking beautiful like the stars that twinkle and shines in the Milky Way. The same way daffodils were also shining Here the metaphor is simile is used by which the daffodils are compared to the stars that shine on the Milky Way. The daffodils of the forest are compared to the shining and twinkling stars of the Milky Way. They stressed in never-ending line. The daffodils were endless along the margin of a way 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They stretched a never ending line along the margin of the way, along by the side of a river, by the side of a way. The daffodils were endless. Their number was too high. Their number was Their number was too high. They were endless. The poet says, 10,000 saw I at a glance. The poet says that at a single glance he saw as many as 10,000 daffodils that were tossing, swaying their hands, moving their hands in a lively dance. 10,000 saw I at a glance. Here the poetic device hyperbole is used, where the poet exaggerates the number of daffodils to 10,000, tossing their hands in